I'm wearing my favorite hat today because we're getting a marketing tip from the mob. So I'm channeling Gay Talese, a famous journalist who wrote a piece about the kidnapping of Joseph Joe Bananas Bonanno, famous mobster in the 1950s. But the bit that grabbed me reading Talese's story was a bit about his the mobster Joe Bananas' son, Bill Bonanno, who never smoked, which was unusual for a mobster in the 1950s. And he never smoked. This is what Talese says about it. He did not smoke cigarettes, having one day promised an elderly woman he'd met in a cafe, a tubercular recuperating in Tucson, that he would avoid the habit. After asking for his pledge in writing on a paper napkin, she handed him a $5 bill, and he kept his word along with the money and the napkin from that day on. That is the persuasion principle that the psychologists call consistency. We will, as a psychological decision-making shortcut, go out of our way to be consistent with what we've done in the past. So if you've bought from Taylist before, you've made a decision to buy from Taylist, and you will go out of your way to be consistent with that in the future. It's why you tend to be an Audi driver, and the next time you buy a car, you'll buy another Audi. It's partly to justify that previous decision that you made. So when it comes to your marketing, there's a lot that you can do to invite people to take small steps on that commitment and consistency journey. You might ask them to like you on Facebook, for instance. So at that point, they've sort of said, I'm a Taylist person, I've liked Taylist on Facebook, or to sign up for your mailing list, or to leave a comment on your blog. All of those things are partly on the journey towards consistency. So the next time people are left with a decision to make in a hurry, what car shall I buy, who should I use for my copywriting, they go through their minds and think, who have I used before, who have I committed to before? So that's consistency. One napkin, $5, and a pledge in writing kept a mobster from smoking through probably an incredibly stressful life in the 1950s and the 1960s. So this challenge to you is, what are you doing with your customers or with your potential customers to move them along that commitment path so that the decision to buy from you will just be consistent with what they've done before?